Good morning, everyone. My name is Mohammed Mir, and today I will be talking about my biodiversity project, which is about parrots. We're going to go over some scientific classification and fast facts about parrots. Again, the common name is parrot, the kingdom is Animalia, the phylum is Chordata, and again, you can see the class, the order, the family, and the genus. Some of the fast facts that we should know about parrots is that they can range from anywhere about from 9 centimeters to about 100 centimeters in length and size. And as for the weight, they can go from 65 grams to about 1.5 kgs. Their diet mainly includes fruit, seeds, buds, nectar, and pollen. Parrots are also important with ecology and conservation, as parrots play an important role by helping propagate the forest. They help with dispersal of seeds, as most of them, if they are not digested, they're passed into new areas of the forest, and that could help pollinate different species of plants within the forest itself. The habitat where the parrots usually mainly uh, live is on tropical zones around the world in new forests. Our objective for this project was to analyze the data and to provide a quantitatively justifiable recommendation to the Ministry of Environment and Forestry in Indonesia, where they have given us a budget of 475, and we are supposed to pick islands that are best suited to maintain uh, Indonesia's diversity within those islands, as other islands that will not be picked would be subjected to deforestation. When gathering our assemblage, we can see that Island 1 had a total of 16 species present on that island, which is also the largest island that we have. Island 2 only had 5, Island 3 only had 12, and Island 4 and 5 both had 4. In total, we had 21 species of parrots. Individual present on the island also um, were decided basically on how big the island was. Island 1 and 3 being the largest had the highest numbers of individuals present. Island 2 had 10. Island 4 and 5 again had the same number of individuals as well, which was 5. And overall, we had a total of 108, and this is just by a single observation done on those islands. Moving on to analysis part, the two main things that I conducted was the Shannon index and the Simpson index. Again, note how over here the value is negative on my data sheet. That should be actually multiplied into -1, making the value positive. A higher Shannon index means there's more diversity. Same goes for the Simpson index. As we can see, Island 1 has a lot of distinct species, and there's a lot of different number of individuals, only about 12 present being the highest out of the 51, which is a really good spread of individuals in this slide. The other important thing that I did want to point out is that Island 2 has about 5 species present, where 6 individuals are present from one species, making its diversity really low. And again, the price being 75 million is quite high. I also wanted to point out that basically Island 2 and 3, when you compare them together, you can see how diverse Island 2 is compared to Island 2. And we will basically analyze this further and see why that's important for us. As we can see on this slide, Island 4 and 5 are exactly the same. They do have different species present on those islands, and we will look into that further as well while coming out with the results. They have the same Shannon index, they have the same Simpson index, and we will break this down further. The only difference is the distance, the price, and the location of these islands, as well as the species that are present on these islands. As for my results, the first data that we can see over here is that the islands have been formed with the highest amount of area present, Island 1 being the highest and 4 and 5 being the lowest. We have to note that Island 4 is larger than Island 5. However, we have to see that Island 5 has more unique species than Island 4. Island 5 has one individual of Loriculus, one individual of Lorius, and two individuals of Neos spidicus, which aren't really present in any other islands, and therefore these are really rare species. Whereas as we see for Island 4, all those species are basically present in another island. And this is going to help us determine which island we would want to keep at the end uh, to remain within the budget. In our conclusion, we are going to go ahead with islands 1, 3, and 5 as our options to preserve these islands. As you can see, the graph that they gave us, the map they gave us before, I have updated that on the right with islands 2 and 4 missing. With this, we have maintained the highest diversity possible, and we have saved money, about 55 million to be exact, that we can use to better our islands and to come up with better ways. Since we are working with parrots, we do not have to call in corridors, and therefore we're not going to go with that solution. You can see that island 1, 3, and 5. Island 1 has a Shannon and Simpson index of 2.38 and 7.95, whereas island 3 has an index of 2.12 and 6.13, and Shannon index of island 5 and Simpson index is 1.33 and 3.57. In conclusion, we chose Island 5 over Island 4. There's a couple more reasons for these. Island 5 may be closer to other islands because, as we can see, Island 5 does seem a bit higher up on that map. As for Indonesia, most of it is to the southern of the equator, and Island 5, and therefore, according to latitudinal hypothesis, we can see Island 5 getting more diversity in the future. Again, Island 5 being closer to other islands, whereas Island 4 was kind of clamped up with Island 1 and 3. There's more chances of other islands or areas that are closer to Island 5, which would be near to them, according to Robert MacArthur and Edward Wilton. And the ones near to Island 1 and 3 could go to Island 1 and 3 rather than 4. That's another reason of picking Island 5 over 4. Um, And then the final reason, which I would say, is that Island 4 was more expensive. We have subjected it to deforestation. However, I do believe Island 5 here is the better option of keeping and to save that extra money to help better these three islands in the future. Thank you all for listening. I know this is a tough choice on which island to propose, of which we want to keep. Again, Island 1, 3, and 5 are the best options here, and that's why we have decided to go for them. Once again, thank you all for listening to my presentation, and hope you all have a great day.